Hello everybody! So today's topic of today's video is about album covers that I think are very strange, very weird, strange album covers. We, once in a while, we come across, you go to the record store and, you're looking for albums. And then you come across an album cover and you're like, what is that? what am I looking at? Yeah, and even I have come across that. Not just, going to record stores, researching for albums, and, I've come across an album cover, it's like, what? Yeah, I'm sure that we've all had that experience before. Oh, so, today I have picked, 10 albums with, I feel, the covers of those albums, I feel, are very strange, very weird. Some of them in a good way, some of them in a bad way. So, and quite a few of these are kind of bad. They're kind of bad. Before I get into it, I just want to say I apologize for, once again, not uploading that much. Just sometimes, I know it's happening more frequently now, but still, sometimes I just want to, once again, take a little break, just, yeah, and I know I haven't been doing any, album reviews, because, when I started this channel last year, that was basically the whole point of this channel, okay? The whole point of this channel was, just talk about album reviews, just, yeah, but now, I kind of want to get more experimental with my videos. I want to talk about other stuff while, still talk about music. So, I'm just going to take, more of a break of doing album reviews. I will get back to that. I just don't know when. So right now, here's, a lot of videos that I've been coming up with my brain. So, yeah. Because I've been talking about, strange album covers. I always thought that was an idea I had in my head a long time ago. And now I'm making a video of it, so. Alright, let's get into it. Like I said, I chose 10 albums in no particular order that I think the covers are very, just weird. Just, like, what were they thinking? Like I said, some of them in a good way, some of them in a bad way. First album cover I'm showing here is in a bad way. And it is the Scorpions, Blackout. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, first of all, I don't know if this is an actual photo or just a drawing. Is this even a real person? I'm not sure. Yeah, why does he have forks covering his eyes? Like, why? Yeah, first time I saw this album cover, like, I just don't know what was going on. Like, it's crazy, it's weird. Like I said, strange. So I don't know what this is all about. Weird. Great album though. I mean, a lot of these albums I'm showing, once again, the covers are very strange, very weird. But most of the albums I picked here are actually really good. This, that saying, don't judge a book by its cover? Yeah, don't judge an album by its cover too. Because, this album cover, it's weird. You think the music is gonna suck. No, this is actually an enjoyable listen. But, yeah, the album cover, wish it would be better. Like, what does this have to do with Blackout? I don't know. Well, like I said, great album. Next up, with Dio, Holy Diver. Yeah. This, I always thought this was a cool album cover. This, I mean, you got this little, I'm not sure, does this have a name? I know it's the mascot, but does this guy have a name? It's like Murray or something, I don't know. again, it's weird. It's really weird. But I always thought that was such a cool album cover. Yeah, I know it kind of caused controversy a little bit because, he's like choking a police with those chains. Like, yeah, I can definitely see that. Plus, it is implied that this dude is probably like Satan himself or something. I don't know. Like I said, weird album cover, but like I said, I always thought it was also cool too. And again, the album itself is also an enjoyable listen. So yeah, Dio, Ronnie James Dio, Holy Diver. Rest in peace, by the way. Alright, Black Sabbath. Now, I could have went for Sabotage. Because, that album cover, I don't know. But since this came first, and even, back in 1970, a lot of people, they were not expecting this album cover to show up. And not to mention that this is, the so-called first heavy metal album ever. Yeah, I'm talking about Black Sabbath, the first debut album. Like I said, I almost went for Sabotage, but I think this had more of an impact than Sabotage. Yeah, Sabotage, the album cover for that, yeah, it was definitely stupid. This, I always loved this cover. I always loved it. It's so creepy. It definitely fits the music inside. I've always loved this. And for the longest time, I thought this figure right here was Ozzy Osbourne himself. Seriously, it does kind of look like Ozzy, like young Ozzy. And it really, really does. I'm sure a lot of people did too. Yeah. Almost kind of looks like Mona Lisa too. But no, this is, I can't remember the name, but she's like an electronic artist now or something. Like I said, I can't remember her name. It was like Louise Livingstone or something like that. I'm not sure. But like I said, very, very good album cover. Again, it fits the music inside. I've always loved it, like I said. So yeah, Black Sabbath, the legendary debut album. Alright. Now, AC/DC. Always been a favorite band of mine. Always one of my favorites. But, I don't know, their album covers, most of them, they were never appealing to me. And this, I think, has to be the worst one. And it's also definitely strange and weird. I'm talking about the album Powderage. What is even going on here? I think that's Angus. Yeah, I think that's Angus Young. Might be Bon Scott. I'm not sure. But it's probably Angus. The guy that, wears a schoolboy outfit during the live shows. Yeah, that was also a strange idea, too. This... And why is his arms are, like, full of wires? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I never really liked any of the album covers. It was just kind of weird in a stupid way and just not that appealing. So yeah, I never liked this. Once again, don't judge a book by its cover, in this case, album. Because, once again, this is such a good album. I think the back cover would be a better cover. But no, they for some reason, they had to stick with this. I don't know. Very, in my opinion, very, very stupid. But like I said, I really love the album. And this album that I'm also going to be talking about here kind of suffers the same way as Powderage does. Well, not just Powderage, most of AC/DC's albums. Like I said, I was never a fan of the album covers. I really love the albums. This is the same with Alice in Chains. Never liked the album covers. They were so freaking bland. But the album itself, though, is so good. And again, this is probably the strangest or weirdest one. And I'm talking about the debut album, Facelift. And, you know, I kind of get what they were going for here. I kind of get what they were going for here. Facelift. Where they have to do, surgery on your face or something like that. Yeah, this I kind of get. It's still, in my opinion, very unappealing to look at. Like I said, this time I get what they were going for. But, I still ask why. Even, when I'm in the mood to listen to this album, every time I grab this, like, oh. But once again, a very, very good album. Love Alice in Chains. Just wish we had better album covers, man. That, like I said, has to be the worst one. Like, I don't know what they were going for. I mean, like I said, I knew what they were going for. It still sucked. Alright. Now, this band, back in the 80s when they came out, they put a lot of good album covers. Nowadays, I'm not too sure about the album covers now. And, once again, just like Alice in Chains, Facelift, this I believe is the worst one. I think. It's my opinion. Metallica, like I said, great album covers that they put out in the 80s. Great albums too. But this is the second latest album, and it's Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Now this album cover that I have here on vinyl is a little bit different than what the album cover is supposed to look like. If you've seen it, it's on CD and streaming services. It's basically the same concept, but it's a little different. And even that album cover is not good to look at. Like at this, why? Like, it's basically just a combination of the band members' faces. Oh, that's not just the front cover. Oh, it's also on the back. It's also on the freaking gatefold. It's everywhere on the album. I remember when they announced 72 Seasons last year. The album cover for that, it had a lot of negative reaction to it. When I first saw it, it's like, again, it's also not that very good either. Like, I don't know what was with the yellow background. My words, that album would probably become known as the Yellow Album. My words, man. But 72 Seasons, even though I think the album cover is, slightly better, the album itself too, it's still, it kind of subs the same thing as this, like, again, don't know what they were going for. It's just so random, so strange, and not in a good way. However, this album cover here brings back the good way again. And this is, without doubt, one of the most iconic album covers ever, and probably the greatest too. I remember first time I was looking at this, I was like, wow, this is a very good album cover. Weird, but very good. And it is the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Yeah, without doubt, one of the greatest album covers ever, and in my opinion, probably the greatest of all time. There's a lot of hidden Easter eggs throughout this, and I just love it, man. Like I said, probably, in my opinion, the greatest album cover ever. And I also do want to point out that this little doll right here is wearing a sweater. Yeah, I believe it's a sweater. Might be a shirt too. It says, "Welcome the Rolling Stones." Yeah, "Welcome the Rolling Stones" says something on orange here. Good guys, or something, I don't know. But yeah, "Welcome the Rolling Stones." In fact, a couple of years, well, not a couple of years, it's in the same year, a couple of months, Rolling Stones did a response to this album cover. With their album, I believe it was called "The Satanic Majesty's Request" or something like that. Yeah, that album cover, it was definitely a direct response. And if you look closely at that album cover, you can even find 4 of the Beatles' faces in there, if you look closely. I kind of find it so ironic that, this album cover, it's so colorful and it's just great to look at. And then, like, a couple years later, they made the White Album. Again, the White Album is pretty good. It's a good album. Why a white album cover? Why just plain white album cover? I don't know. Yeah, like I said, probably the best album cover of all time. It's, once again, I love it. Alright, now, 3 more to go. Now, imagine this. Imagine it was 1971. You go to the record store to see if there's anything new. Then you come across this. Yeah, Pink Floyd Metal. I don't know really what to say about this. It's, yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely, like, especially, I wasn't around in 1971, I wasn't born yet, but I can just imagine, the reaction whenever, people pull this out. It's like, what is this? Apparently I heard this is supposed to be an ear underwater. It does not look like an ear. How is this supposed to be an ear? Does this look like this? No, it does not. Even, Storm Thorgerson, if that's how you pronounce his last name, he was the creator of this artist company called Hipgnosis. Yeah, Hipgnosis made this album cover. They made pretty much almost every album cover from Pink Floyd. And even he said that this album cover, he said he regretted it. He said in his own words, it's half-hearted. And, yeah, it kind of sucks because Pink Floyd, thanks to Hipgnosis, they got a lot of good album covers, a lot of iconic ones. Yeah, this one's also very iconic, but also not good. Again, how is this supposed to be an ear? Man, I remember the first time I saw this, I thought this was like a smashed foot or something. Yeah, I don't know. I also want to point out that, it kind of has a texture to it. Like, yeah, it kind of has a texture to it. I wonder, since this is the remastered version, I don't know if the original vinyl was like that, if it had a texture on it or not. Probably. I always thought the texture was kind of cool. Still needed a better album cover. Yeah. Yeah, May has a song called Echoes on it, which is no doubt one of the greatest songs ever. It's featured on an album that has a cover like that. And from the same company that did Metal, Hipgnosis, they also made this album cover. Led Zeppelin, Pleasant. Yeah, I believe they also made this one. This one, it's not good, it's not bad either. It's kind of neutral. But it still makes you think, what is this? Like, what are we staring at? What are they staring at? What is this black thing? Like, even today, this is still not really, it's still kind of unknown. So, yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, is it supposed to be like some sort of black lightning bolt or something? Like it's supposed to be a hammer? I don't... Oh, it's, again, not just the front cover, the back, and once again, the, gatefold. It's everywhere. So I guess only, Led Zeppelin and Hypnosis knows what this is supposed to be. Yeah, and, like, this really satisfaction, too, like, oh, that's a good looking black thing right there. Yeah, this album cover, I always buy it. Again, it's not good, but it's not bad either, but I always find myself laughing at it, because it's just so, I always thought it was freaking hilarious. Yeah. And then last but not least, oh, now, this band, before I show the album cover, this band, they have made a lot of great album covers. And it was basically, because of the mascot. But this, what is this? And of course I'm talking about Iron Maiden, you gotta knew this was coming, Iron Maiden, Dance of Death. What is this? What is this? I'm gonna say this one more time. What is this? Like, what? Yeah, and here's the thing. Apparently, this cover was not finished. It was not finished. This thing was not finished. And first of all, what would it look like if it actually was finished? Probably, basically probably the only thing that probably need to add it in was probably one more person. I don't know. Once again, Iron Maiden, thanks to the mascot, Eddie, they've had a lot of good album covers. Sometimes even scary album covers. But this, and the fact that it was made in CGI too. I know CG was basically the popular thing back then, movies, like The Matrix was using it. Yeah, apparently Iron Maiden decided to do this. They have used, CG before in the artwork. I believe the first time they did that was, in Virtual 11 or Brave New World. But CG, in most album covers, kind of fit. It kind of fit very well. This doesn't. It even, I can't remember his name. It's not Derek Riggs. It's definitely not Derek Riggs. But even the artist himself who made this regretted it. It's like, look, I don't blame you. Why would you make this monstrosity? Why? Yeah, it's been 20 years. Where's my remastered album when it does not have this as the album cover? It's been 20 years, Maiden. Where's my remastered album that does not have this cover in it? I do believe there was, a version of this album that it was basically the same thing, but it didn't have everyone else in it. It's just Eddie. And basically, that's pretty much the only good thing about this cover. It's Eddie. I always thought his design of this cover was actually kind of cool. That's it. And not to mention, there's a lot of errors here. And it just makes you go, what? There's just so many problems with this one. First of all, I just want to note my least favorite thing about this album cover. It's the way the people look. It's the way they look. Like, no, the sky is like green, yellowish. And what's this guy doing? Like, why is he doing a handstand? And why are the women pink? Like, and what is this guy? Oh, right here on the dog looking thing. What is that guy? What is this like supposed to be some sort of goblin or something? I don't know. This album cover, it always makes me confused. Like I said, I seriously don't even know how this got approved. Like, yeah. Yeah, gotta say it's the worst album cover of all of these for last. And once again, the saying, don't judge a book, or in this case, album by its cover, because this album is severely underrated. It's probably my favorite automated album in the early 2000s. I love this album, but still, the album just makes me, and I don't really use this word that often, but it kind of makes me cringe every time. I mean, I'm sure it does to you, because, again, what was he thinking? Dave Patches or something like that. That's the artist's name. Yeah, because it's definitely not Derek Riggs. Doesn't look like something that Derek Riggs would make. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. 10, some of the strangest and weirdest album covers that I could think of in the top of my head. And, of course, there's plenty more. Yeah, there's plenty more strange, weird album covers. And some of those album covers, those albums that those covers are respectively on, are kind of bad, like. But yeah, like I said, all these albums, the album covers suck. The albums itself are very, very good. So, let me know, what are your favorite or least favorite strange and weird album covers? Because I think out of all of these, my favorite has to be Sgt. Pepper. And yeah, of course the worst is definitely Dancing Deathly. So yeah, that's it. So what are some of the strangest album covers have you seen? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys hopefully not in 2 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, see you guys whenever I feel like.